This is Gemara Zevachim, Daf Nun Beis, and we're holding on Nun Beis Amid Aleph. We're on the second line as we're continuing to delve deeper into the Brisa, discussing where exactly the dam is placed, on which part of the Mizbeach, etc. We like all the learning to be an incredible Schos Refuah Shalema for Gabriel Simcha ben Miriam Ahuva B'Soich Sha'ar Chayli Yisrael. Says the Gemara, or maybe you know what the pasuk is teaching me? Mizbeach shel oila yeheli yisayid. That the part of the Mizbeach oila that you put the dam should have a base. There should be a yisayid. Meaning, not that it has to be on the yisayid, but it should be towards an area, the wall, the Mizbeach that is above the Yisoid. Says the Gemara, why would he say that? Miksiv el Yisoid ha'ila, onto the base of the Oila? No. El Yisoid Mizbeach ha'ila. Says the Pasuk, onto the base of the Mizbeach ha'ila. So says the Gemara, clearly this extra word of Mizbeach is extra, and it's implying that it has to be towards the base, but that can't be for the chatas. Why? Where's the dam of the chatas placed? Koronos on the top, and therefore the pasuk can't be learned this way. Says the Gemara, if it didn't say, so again we're darshening up the fact that it says al yisoid mizbeach oila. Says Gemara, I'll tell you why. If it would have said al yisoid oila, I would have thought bizkifa shal yisoid. I would have thought the dam should be placed on the vertical part of the yisoid. Hashdasev al yisoid mizbeach oila agaga the yisoid. Again, every item has the gag, the top of it, on the side, the face of it. So if it didn't say the word mizbeach, you're right, I would have known it goes on the yisoid. But maybe you would have went on that bottom block area, the yisoid, on the facing it. No, it goes on top of it, says the Gemara. So we in the Bryce, we had Rabbi Shimon and Rabbi Kiva, and they explained that be'etzem we don't need any pasuk. Amar Rabbi Yishmael gag yisoid lama likra. Why don't you need a pasuk? Tell me, it goes on the base of the roof. The base is roof. The yisoid's gag. Says Rabbi Yishmael kal v'chaymeru. The shirayim of the chatas, the remnants of the town that does not give you a kapara, yet whereas a place to nagag yisoid, tchilas oila shemechaperes, eino dinsha to nagag yisoid. So says Rabbi Yishmael, the Kal V'chaimer is able to teach us. Therefore, we do not need the pasuk. Comes along Rabbi Akiva. 10 lines down, the first one line is Din, Amar Rabbi Akiva, Uma Sherichat Ashin Mechaprin, Vein, Boyin Lechaper. 1 second, says Rabbi Akiva. The Shirayim of the Chatis are not coming as the Kapar, as we just said. Vein, Boyin Lechaper. Excuse me, they don't give a Kapara, and it's not coming for the Kapara. And yet, to Nagag Yisoid, Chasayla, that Bolshem Chaper, Zubal Lechaper, Ninja, to Nagag Yisoid. Says the Gemara on Rabbi Kiva's Dinim Kain. Matam Alaymer al Yisoid Mizbeach Hayla. Why do we need the pasuk at all? 10 Yisoid Lemizbeach Shalayla. This teaches us has to be applied to the base of Mizbeach Hayla. So says the Gemara, Rabbi Yishmael and Rabbi Kiva seemingly are mamish at that off each other. So my benayu, what's the chilik between these two shitos? Amar Ravada Rava Shirayim Ma'akvini benayu. The chilik is this din of Shirayim, the remnants of the blood, is it me'akev or not? So Mar Savar, Rabbi Yishmael holds me'akev, Mar Savar Kiva holds lo me'akev. Rapapa Amar, I'll tell you a different nafkamina. Tekuli alma Shirayim ein me'akev. So what's the machlekes? Rabbi Yishmael, Rabbi Kiva, acha b'mitzuvei chatos. Explains Rapapa. B'mitzui chatas oiv ma'akev kamifli. The machlekes is the mitzui, the squeezing out of the chatas of the oiv. They squeezed out the birds. That's the nafkamina. Mar Savar Shmuel holds ma'akev. Mar Savar Kiva holds loy ma'akvei. Tani Kivas there, Papa, I'll bring you a right. It's this explanation we just gave. Vaz kol adam apar yishboich, says the Torah. Matam lamar apar. Leaving al par yom hakipurim shalotan matadam liyisai divri Rebbe. That sheet, that's Rebbe. Omar Rebbe Yishmael, 10 lines to the white lines. First one line is Rebbe Yishmael. Kal v'chaymer. Uma im mi she'inichnas dam lifnim chayva. If the dam, says Rebbe Yishmael, that does not go into the Beis Hamikdash is a chiyuv. Excuse me. That does not go into the Beis Hamikdash as a chiyuv. Ein nichnas dam lifnim chayva yet. What's the halacha to on Yisoid? So says Rabbi Yishmael, Mi she'nichnas damay lifnim chayva. Like the power of Yom Kippur, me'ena idid she'ton Yisoid. Certainly needs a Yisoid. Amar Rabbi Akiva, umami she'in damay nichnas lifnim. Says Rabbi Akiva, 1 second. If a carbon, the power of the Kohen Gadol, down does not go lifnim, bein l'chayva, bein l'mitzvah, for neither reason, yet, ton yisoid, mishenechlos tamei chayva, livnai v'livnim, sometimes the power of the Yom Kippurim, that it has to go livnai v'livnim, ein oidin sheton yisoid, says Rabbi Akiva. So in this brayso, Rabbi Yishmael and Rabbi Akiva are learning from a Kal v'chaymer, the same din. So says Rabbi Yishmael, Yachal Yakvenu. You would think, since we have a Kal v'chaymer, and even on top of the Kal v'chaymer, we have the pasuk that says it's necessity. Maybe you'll tell me that this din of pouring the dam is ma'akiv on Par Yom Kippur and Tam Leimer, v'chila mechaper es hakodesh. Says the pasuk, he'll finish providing kapara for the kodesh. Shalmu kol kapara is kulan. Shows us that all of the kapara of the Yom Kippurim gives a kapara at this point, meaning you didn't yet place the dam, and yet we're saying everything was done. Shows us it's not ikar, it's not essential. Divrei Rabbi Yishmael says the brayso Kal v'chaymer lepar kohen Mashiach. Ata me'ata. We now have a Kal v'chaymer from the Par Kohen Mashiach in the last narrow line. In the case of the seer of the Nasi, the town does not go l'vnai v'livnim chayva yet v'loy mitzvah. And excuse me, lo chayva v'loy mitzvah. It's neither an obligation nor is it a mitzvah for the dam of the soyer of the Nasi to go l'vnai v'livnim. And yet, what's the halacha? The first white line, it's on Yisoid. So then, Misha Nichlas David l'vnai v'livnim, the power of the Kohen Gadol. Bein l'chayva, bein the mitzvah, and it's on Yisoid. So says the Gemara, Yachal Yakvenu. So maybe you know we have a pasuk and a Kal v'chaymer. Maybe you teach us that it is ma'akev. Talmud Leimar, says the Torah, that's called Hapar Yishafech Yishboich. All the blood of the par should be poured. Nitka Akosov, the fact that the Torah says this anyways. Nitka Akosov la'aseh, that it's a mitzvah aseh to do this. V'asai shiyarei mitzvah, and by making this an aseh, it makes that the pouring of the shirayim, that's not an ikr, just a mitzvah. Shirayim in ma'akvin, shirayim are not ma'akiv. So says the Gemara, what was Rav Papa's teretz? Rav Papa's teretz was that the nafkamina of Yishmael and Rav Akiva was the mitzui, the squeezing of the oif, the bird of the karban chatas. Says the Gemara, 2 lines to the bottom, really? V'savar Rav Yishmael, mitzui is chatas, oif is ma'akiv, the squeezing is ma'akiv. Ay, v'tana der Yishmael, v'nishar b'dam yimatzei, v'nishar b'dam yimatzei, and from there we learn out, hanishar yimatzei, that this din of mitzui, this din of squeezing out the dam is only by the nishar, but v'sheinai nishar, that which is not left over, lo yimatzi, you don't have to. Says the Tabrashi, Kalaimar, im yatsa kol adam, if it worked without squeezing, then it's fine. Im yatsa kol adam ba'azayin sarach mitzvah, you don't need to do them, if it all went out by the sprinkling, you don't have to do the mitzvah. So Steer Rabbi Yishmael answers Gemara, Trei Tanoi, Ba'aliba de Rabbi Yishmael. So says the Gemara, let's go back to the Etzim Sugya that we're discussing, which is the pouring of the dam of the Chatas. Omar Rami Baracham, the second line, Nemeza Mebez. Hi Tana Savar. This Tana of the Braisa holds that Shirayim are Ma'akvin, it all hold back the carbon Chatas. The Tanya Akoinim Achata Isa. Isa Shanitin Dam Lamaila. V'la Isa Shanitin Dam Lamata. Amrit. Now, what are you going to respond? Zevachim ayin basa, where are you coming from? Michlal shenemar, v'dam zevachim shvachal mizbeach, v'goymer. From there, lamanu, linitab b'matan arba. Shenitza martan achas, keeper, will work even if you only put on one time, not four. So yachal, I would think, avanit lamalo, shenat lamat. If you just place it in the wrong location, top and bottom, keep it. Videnu. Never dam lamala and dam lamata. For there we should learn out what? Madam lamata. Shouldn't listen. Lamaila lo keep it. Avdam lamaila nas lamata. Lo keep it. That's what you would have thought to say. That it's not so integral. Says Maraway, it's a lie. That's not true. Imam Tachtainu Shenitanim Benesina Lamala Sheitayv Lamala Loikiber Timer Bel Yoidev Shadasa Lamata Shishban Kariv Lamata Damim Lamata. Says the Gemara, how can you equate the two of them? Responds the Gemara, Damim Hapinimiyim on the second white line. That is what it's going to be. Sheish Mehem, that it has Karavachotz. These dam, the dam of the chata, some of the dam, the shirayim, is brought outside. V'im naslan b'tzchila b'chotz loy kiper. If you did it there originally, then it's not giving you the kapara. So says the Gemara. So the pasuk is seemingly not necessary. Responds the Gemara loy. Mimarka, says the Gemara, how are you equating these two dinim? They're not the same. If you're telling me a din from the dam of the penimium, in which what? The Mizbech HaPenimim does not complete the Avaida, you're going to bring me a raya, talking about Yedim Shrei Karanais, Mimarkin, I saw Marakos, I saw him putting the dam in the Kranais, is yes, completing the Avaida. In the Asalamatic Shirim, Tamalay Mar, Isa Shizamala Blanishanitin, Damalamata. Says the Gemara, 1 second. Rabbi Barachama concludes, My Shein Videch Abanimi Memrakim. What does that mean? Lavilu Shirayim. So do we not see a din that the Shirayim does not have to be placed there? Amarle Rava, no. If what you're saying is true, then Tezi just become a chaymer. And yet, asam betchila bachot lo kiber. Therefore, and he tells them mata she'ein zayv chayv lamata v'asam betchila lamata. Ein oidin shelo kiber. Says the Gemara, no. Ela ein mizeh chavanim mirarkin. Bilvad. It never does it by itself. Ella pareiches. It's not a din of the mizbeach. It's a din of the pareiches. Meaning, in as much as there are two steps in the avodah, but says the Gemara, this chatas habenimi, the nekuda that's making it work is not placing it on the mizbeach, but rather placing it on the pareiches. Excuse me. Tanu Rabbana, on one last discussion of the Shirari Dam of the Yom Kippur, the Chatas Yom Kippur. Tanu Rabban, the Kila Mechaper finishes giving the Kapara, Im Kippur Kila. If the Kohen Gadol did what needs to be done, he's finished. Im Loi Kippur Loi Kila, Divrei Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Yehuda, Amr Lo Rabbi Yehuda, Amr Leimali, Nemar Im Kila Kippur, Im Loi Kila, Loi Kippur, Shivchis Yachas Kolam Mantana, Islos Loi Kolam, if you're missing one of them Matanais, pull out the window. Says Maramai Benaya, what's the chalik? So Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Yehuda, they both seemingly are saying the same thing. Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, Chanam b'Mashma yistarshini minayu, Chanam b'Shiroi me'akvin minayu. Is it a machlokes in the pasuk, or is it machlokes in the din? Says the Gemara, to stand there, Yeshua ben Levi, Yehuda Amar Shirayim the ma'akvi, that the din of Shirayim be ma'akvi is coming from the member of Yeshua ben Levi. The member of Yeshua ben Levi, the different Amar Shirayim ma'akvin, maybe Barach and Maschel b'Tchila b'Vnim. Says the Gemara, that's not a raya. Atu Rabbi Yochanan Leslie Aisvar. Of course he does. V'amar Rabbi Yochanan Dana Rabbi Nechami G'divrei Omer Shirayim Akvin. Elik G'divrei Omer V'lav Lani Tanai. Achanam G'divrei Omer V'lav Lani Tanai. So must be the reason that what Avad Rabbi Yochanan says that it follows this shita. However, V'lav Lani Tanai, but not when it Avadi generally holds that it follows this shita, but not over here when we have this machlokes Rabbi Kiva and Rabbi Yehuda. Lav Hanu Tanai. It's not calling out these Tanaim, therefore there's no raya. To which Amira, if you does any go with Klape, the pouring of the Shirayim, that's going to be essential. Pick it up from the Mishnah of Siyata Dishmaya.